Hi, I'm Danny Ecker with your Chicago Business Today Midday Report. With the city and the Cubs in the final stages of negotiating a deal to fund a renovation of Wrigley Field, attention turns to where the money might come from and how much public skin will be in the game. Cubs owner Tom Ricketts reportedly will pay about half of the reconstruction cost, but for the rest, Cook County and the state have yet to get on board as tax and bond issue options continue to be kicked around. And for more, we bring in Crain's columnist Greg Hines. Greg, you wrote about this in your blog. What are you looking at in terms of some of the options for funding this thing, which could be up to $500 million?
Well, the mayor said this is in the final stages. I think he jumped the gun a little bit because it's just that question, money. There's not a lot of public money now, and it's not going to be very popular. They're talking about what amounts to a TIF district involving amusement taxes, in which the increase would go not to City Hall to pay for stuff, but to Wrigley Field to help them build it. They're talking about maybe higher taxes for restaurants and hotels in the neighborhood on game days, and there may be another creative solution or two beyond that.
It takes a lot of creativity to pull this off. How soon might we see something get done, and maybe what kind of backlash might Emmanuel see if it's a little too controversial?
Well, the mayor clearly wants to do this deal. He signaled this a long time ago. He's a true blue Cubs fan. He's got blue blood. So I would think he'll something, if it's going to happen, it'll happen this year. If it doesn't happen this year, it's back to the starting board again for the Cubs.
Yeah, meantime, opening day is tomorrow, and I'm sure this will be fresh in people's minds as Bill Murray throws out that first pitch, huh?
Probably.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. In other news today, Groupon stock hit a new all-time low in trading this morning, dropping to around $14.60 a share earlier in the day. It's more fallout in the eyes of investors from its ongoing accounting issues. The first two shareholder lawsuits were filed yesterday in federal court seeking class action status for people who bought the stock before Groupon restated its fourth quarter earnings last week. The previous low for the company's stock was $14.85 back in November. Mayor Emmanuel is hoping to restructure the city's $91 million loan on the land it bought in 2009 to be the site of the planned 2016 Olympic Village. The 37-acre parcel between 26th and 31st Streets along Lakeshore Drive cost $56 a square foot back then. That's much higher than the recent land sales in the area, such as one in the South Loop for $35 a square foot. The city and creditor Medline Industries have agreed to reduce the interest rate on the loan and change the date it comes due. Of course, the question remains what to do with the site. Emmanuel had first endorsed a big plan to build a technology park there, but now says its use will be dictated by conditions in the commercial real estate market. The proposed restructuring, meanwhile, would save about $1 million a year, according to the city. And the Chicago Blackhawks fan base has grown by more than any other team in the four major sports leagues over the last 5 years, according to a recent report. A survey of 4,100 Chicago area households found that 43% of respondents watched, listened to, or attended a Hawks game over the last year. That's up from 2007, when it was just 8%, according to marketing firm Scarborough Research. Much of the growth came from games returning to local TV in 2008 before the team won the Stanley Cup. The Blackhawks now rank fourth in fan reach among NHL teams behind Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and Detroit, according to Scarborough. Compared to its fellow Chicago teams, it falls short of the Bulls' fan participation of 46%, but tops the White Sox 40%. The Cubs fan base came in at 50% of respondents, while the Bears led the way with 65% saying they touched the brand over the last year. And that's what's happening in Chicago business today. Follow @Crain Chicago on Twitter for breaking news throughout the day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.